And we're live. What's up, everybody?
All right.
Yeah, so we've got
Well,
Sam Proof in the chat, previous guest. And then Jim Wells is also in the chat, like normal. Good to see you guys.
we got to meet Jim Wells one day.
I know, IRL
Yeah.
or over the internet.
Jim, send me an email, okay? All right. All right. Well, hello and welcome everyone to another edition of Live on IFT. This is our 15th episode, and today we're going to be showing you the new AI YouTube assistant. So, a new product feature release. So that's really exciting. My name is Ben. I'll be your host. As always, your other host, my colleague and very best friend, Tripp Stanford.
What's up,
Tripp, do
guys?
you have any announcements for the folks back home?
Yeah, I mean, main thing we're announcing is the AI YouTube assistant. We're going to dive deep into that this morning. Again, if you're a ChatGPT user, go install our plugin, or they're called GPTs now. It allows you to interact with all of your if services inside of the ChatGPT interface. And then if you're a student, sign up with your .edu email if you're in the UK and North America, so US and Canada, and you get 90% off. So go sign up.
Yeah, go sign up. That's a big discount, 90%.
It's huge. It's almost free.
It's almost free. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So let's get right to it. So real quick agenda. As always, we're gonna briefly talk about why we do this live stream, who we started this live stream for. We're gonna showcase a few of the YouTube channels that are on IFT. Tripp's going to give us an overview of the content creation, automation, and distribution process for YouTubers and how IFT can help from start to finish. And we're going to show you, of course, the new AI YouTube assistant. And as always, we're going to take some questions from the audience. So don't feel like you got to wait till the end. I know Tripp's going to be popping them up throughout the live stream.
Yep.
And we're also going to give away 1 free year of IFT Pro Plus at the very end. So stay tuned till the very end and get some good questions in, because Tripp always picks someone that asks a really good question. So yeah.
Cool.
All right. So real quickly, why we do this and who this is for. So our fastest growing user segment right now at IFT are individuals that are trying to make money on the internet. And I think some people might refer to this as the creator economy. And these individuals are on TikTok, Twitch, Vimeo, LinkedIn Live, Twitter Live, Facebook Live, OnlyFans, and of course, YouTube. And IFT's mission in 2024 is to help these individuals build their community and automate some of these processes and workflows to, if anything, help them accomplish more and save time on the stuff that they're already doing. So, yeah. So real quick, before I turn it over to Tripp, just kind of wanted to let you all know that, at IFT, we're big fans of YouTube, of course. And over the past few months, we've actually added several popular channels to IFT. You might recognize some of these logos. Most of these are educational or technology related. So if you get a chance, go check them out. IFT.com/explore services YouTube channels. And with that said, I will turn it over to you, Tripp.
Yeah, totally. So I'm going to switch this around. And first, I just wanted to highlight those YouTube channels. It's really cool. It's kind of like a lot of our news sources. You can kind of build your own content consumption medium with IFT. So if like you have your favorite YouTube channels and you just want to like add them to your notes app, your Todoist, your Keep, your Google tasks folder, just so you can kind of like be the first to listen to them whenever they go live. It's really cool. Or if you are your own YouTuber and you wanted to add your YouTube to IFT so that you can like share it with your audience and like create custom automations for your audience, that's also a really smart system to like drive more engagement from your audience outside of the YouTube algorithm. Get in contact with Ben. He can help you add your YouTube channel to it. But it's just a really cool way to like interact with your favorite YouTubers, or if you're a YouTuber, share your content with your audience in a better way, right? Because the more views you have in videos, the higher it's going to rank in the algorithm, and the more brand awareness you're going to get. Yeah.
I think, and I'll point out another thing too. If you don't see your favorite YouTube channel to watch on that screen, you can always go to the YouTube service on IFT. We'll talk about that a little bit as well. But
Yeah.
you can look for any YouTube channel, and one of the I think having an automation around a YouTube channel to me is like Tripp mentioned the content consumption. I really like the idea of like if you've got a podcast or a YouTube channel or something, a series that you and say a friend watch, you can kind of set up some automations that you can kind of create like a digital book club, but for
Yeah.
a YouTube channel, right?
Yeah.
And we do this here at IF. We actually have like on the marketing team, we actually have our boss sends us a video at the beginning of every week. It's like, hey, I want your notes on this video. So
Mhm.
some exciting things that you can do around that. Plus, if you have a channel on IFT, or if you have an automation that tweets out every time you have a new episode, you can share that with your viewers or your fans, and they can help promote your content. So
Yeah. No, it's
I
awesome.
digress.
What's up, Jeff Cohen? Good to see you in the chat. What's up, Daniel Croft? Good to see you. Toza, I think this is the first time you're here. Glad to have you. I wanted to start off with a YouTuber. He's got over 150,000. I think he's pushing 170,000. He's a longtime friend of the pod. His name's Brian Reed, and we gave him early access of this AI YouTube assistant just to see if it's valuable for him. And he has a pretty cool video that you can see on our channel right now, but this is the start of it if you haven't seen it. I'm just going to go in and press play. This worked earlier, but let me know if the sound works for everybody.
Hello everyone, my name's Brian, and you'll normally find me on a YouTube channel called Automate Your Life. Over there, I help our fans save time on their journey to live smarter with home automation. But I'm a content creator first, and one of the most important things for me is to make sure that I'm generating great ideas for our videos and that the ideas are well thought out. Now, Mr. Beast and other top creators, they talk about ideation being one of the most important aspects of content creation. And so personally, I've been trying to find ways to capture my ideas and then to expand on them without a ton of effort. With a new feature IFT is launching this week, I've been able to test it out a little bit early and do this quickly and efficiently. As a creator, an idea is going to come to me at any time. Maybe I'm in bed, but regardless, my phone's always there. So I could tap into this widget on my phone and type in the idea I've just had. What happens in that moment is IFT takes my idea and sends it to ChatGPT, and it kicks out 3 additional titles for that into a Google Sheet. I also get a full outline for the video pushed into a Google document, and if I'd like, a full script.
All right, let's get back to me and you. I'm going to start jumping down this. There we are. So I hope that was a little bit helpful. It kind of shows like the value for a YouTuber. I wanted to kind of walk through the model, the most basic model of a YouTube creation process that I could basically distill it down to. And every YouTuber is different, like you all kind of create your videos in a different way, but these are the 4 buckets that I could distill everything down to. So the first is content ideation, right? I mean, Ben's a big YouTuber too,
Sorry, I was just gonna say that I think that why this is important is that a lot of people think, oh, you just put stuff on, you just make a video, right? And I think that like people that are really serious about content creation, like they have a process, right? They have a process for doing this. And I think
if you got over 100,000 followers, you've got a system of producing your content. It's the only way you can build it in a thoughtful, intentional way. But yeah, the first step is content ideation. So coming up with content ideas that could happen anywhere. It could happen as you're at the park, if you're at the grocery store, and you're either, historically adding that idea to like a notes app or Apple Notes or a keep folder, a drive folder, a Google Doc, like that's the historical way of capturing all those ideas that you have on what cool videos to create. You're then going to write the script. I know there's people out there that don't write scripts. They just, I guess, film live. I don't know. I'm not one of those people. I kind of need like an outline to like touch all the points I want to touch. And Ben needs like a fully written script. The thing is, he wants to be reading word for word so he doesn't mess up. But like those are just different for every single YouTuber. Yeah, I mean, Sam, you're in the chat right now. I don't know if you like go through the process of like writing full scripts, but you might still want to have like an outline of topics you want to cover when you're filming those videos. And then the third step is filming and editing. That's when you're actually producing the content. And the fourth step is distribution. So that's like you publish it on YouTube and then you're sharing it across all of your social channels, your Discord, your Slack community, if you have a Slack community. But that's what I would see is the full YouTube creation process. On this next slide, kind of highlighted how you could do that with IFT and automate a lot of the processes. So first off, you got this content ideation phase. We've got an AI prompt tool that if you don't want to think of ideas, you can kind of ping it and it can like add a bunch of ideas to a Google Sheet right here. But the way I set up my personal YouTube AI automation app was I basically just said every new row on a Google Sheet, I'm going to add a new content idea, like a video idea, and then it's going to ping our AI YouTube assistant tool. So, and what that's really cool is you can write titles, you can write descriptions for YouTube videos, you can get a list of hashtags, and then you can also do either a fully written script written by AI or just an outline written by AI. So, and then it all can be like added to a Google Doc or any of those other docs inside of IFT. So I thought that was like just a really cool, quick use case. The main value that I found about this is like you can produce 30 fully written scripts or 30 outlines of videos in under 30 minutes by using this tool, right? So all you as the YouTuber need to do is think through like a bunch of potential ideas, and then you have the scripts written, curate them a little bit, kind of give them your own voice, or like add or edit the outlines a little bit. But then all you have to do is film and edit. So it really cuts down your whole video production process. Ben, how long? So if you go to our channel, our YouTube channel, you're going to see a whole suite, a whole playlist. There's business automations with Ben, and then there's another one that's like building with Ben that he did a few years ago. How long does it take you to like write a script?
It's like, luckily, like there's a lot of green grass in terms of content that you can do for a service like IFT, because there's 1,000 services on IFT, right? So
Totally.
And when I got started, we actually hired Brian, our friend, from Automate Your Life, to kind of help me sort of basically build an outline for what these videos needed to look like.
Oh, cool. Okay.
And I do, so there's kind of like sometimes I'll write a script, or I'll write like a sentence on a Post-it note, and I'll put it right there next to my camera, so it looks like I'm looking right in the camera, and I'll read it 50 times before I like get a recording, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then I'll get ready for my next scene, and I'll put another Post-it note up there. So that's kind of what works for me. I don't know. Your question was how long it takes me to write scripts.
Yeah,
is that
totally.
right?
Yep.
Yeah, I've kind of done it as I go. So I don't know if I've ever really. I don't know. I don't know if I've ever really
calculated it. Well, I asked the same question to Brian, and he was telling me that he might produce one video a week. All right, 2 days of the week he's like mapping out the script. He's like editing it, curating it, thinking like what those scenes are going to look like, and then 1 day's filming and / editing. He probably edit everything in the other day, and then he publishes it like on the Thursday. I don't know if he works a full week, but he was telling me that script writing was, I I guess 100%. It took them multiple days where like filming and editing only took
Yeah.
them 1 day, you know? So
One of the one of the things about Brian is that Brian does a lot of B-rolls and his stuff is
Yeah.
very professionally done. Where it's
Totally.
like, you know, like we're a little bit more scrappy and not as professional.
Everything's off of a
We've always been-
webcam. Yeah,
We've always
totally.
been very, like we've always been very at least for me, I've always been very quantity over quality.
Mhm.
So yeah.
But no, so I'm just saying
But
like
some prep work goes into it for sure.
oh, totally. Yeah, for sure. But like all YouTubers, if you use a script during your video creation process, it would be very awesome, just like any other AI tool, to start instead of going from 0 to 1 to start with like something on the page that you can kind of curate, edit, update, optimize, and that really like increases the volume of like total scripts you can write, and then total like videos you can film too. So if you're putting out 2 film videos a week versus 1, that's gonna greatly increase the more visitors you're getting to your YouTube videos, the more content you're producing, and then ultimately the more subscribers you have. So after you
And
what's
one thing I know, like especially when I first started doing videos on YouTube, one of the things that I would do is I would actually write out the full per scene. I would write out a full script.
Yeah.
And I remember I used to Slack it over to Jenna, who was on the marketing. She's our product manager now, but she was on the marketing team then. I think she had your job before you did it. She would like, you know, basically grade it and change it and then say, no, don't say this, say that. So,
Yeah.
and that process, yes, that took,
Goes back
that
and
took
forth.
some time, right?
Yep.
Yeah, definitely.
So yeah, I think with AI generally, try and implement it in your overall content production workflow. But don't yet use it as like the final product. And then also don't rely like super heavily on it. Like where you're going to stand out as a YouTuber is the videos you create. That's your own voice and flavor almost. And then yeah, the scene, the way that all the scenes and like content is structured inside of your videos is really going to help you stand out from the crowd. But then this is where everyone has historically used our YouTube service, is in that publishing and distribution process. So if you go to if.com/YouTube, you're going to be able to connect your own YouTube channel to IFT, or you can say any new video from any other channel. But this is, I think, where there's a lot of value in this. Whenever you upload a new channel or a new video on your channel, you can automatically send it to your Discord audience. You can automatically share it on Twitter, or you can add it to Buffer or New Link and be able to schedule it out on your own time through those social automation tools. But being able to automatically share your content with your audience as quickly as possible helps get early views on your YouTube videos, which helps increase the value of your video in the algorithm, helps it, be shared to more people in that YouTube algorithm. So I think that's where a lot of YouTubers get value. And we just kind of design this tool to help those YouTubers get value earlier on in the video process. So cool. So this is what you can do with our AI YouTube assistant. You can create YouTube titles. You can generate hashtags that you throw in the description. You can generate outlines. You can generate descriptions for the video description itself. You can generate full YouTube scripts, which I think is super helpful. And then with our YouTube service, you can do new video from search. So if you're searching like a specific piece of content, new video by channel. So it's your channel or any other channel. New liked video. So a lot of people will curate their own playlist almost by doing new like video from their personal YouTube account. New public video from subscriptions, and then new playlists. You can kind of like curate your own YouTube playlist.
Yeah, and let me just kind of throw out there that these are YouTube service is very popular in this, so we had to include this in the slides. But this is the one slide, and these triggers that are available. This is kind of like the one section of this live stream that is kind of highlights not so much what a YouTuber can do, but what's someone that likes to watch videos and
Totally.
consume content, can take advantage of on IFT.
Yep. All right. And then these are, these are more triggers. So yeah, new public video uploaded by you, new super chat message. That was like a custom integration that we built with the YouTube team. So if you're running live videos like us and you have super chats that show up, you can kind of interact with them more from an automated perspective. So if you're running a live, go check those out. Highly encourage it. New channel membership and a new super sticker. It's kind of in that same super chat realm. But if you're a YouTuber, go check out our YouTube service. You can definitely automate a lot of the processes that you do with YouTube on the YouTube service. Something I also wanted to highlight is all of our AI tools are queries. So they always happen in between the trigger and action phase. You want to always query an AI tool with some subject you have at the very start, and then use that query content inside of your action phase. And we can create an applet later, but we'll show you kind of how that works.
Oh, yeah, I think we were gonna do that now.
Yeah, let's do it.
You go back to my slides, or my screen.
Boom.
Awesome. So we're gonna quickly show you kind of how the AI YouTube assistant works. So what you would do is you would start at if.com. Actually, just if.com/explore.
If you're a YouTuber using our YouTube service on IFT, throw it in the comments how you're using it, what you like about it. If you've already tested out our AI YouTube tool, let me know how you're using it. We'd love to learn like how your system works. Everyone's completely different, but we're trying to build something that's kind of work within everybody's creation. So yeah, let's keep going.
Awesome. And also, if you're wondering, yes, I did wear this red shirt because it's the color of YouTube. So
yeah, he moving on me earlier. Yeah, he was like, "Where's your YouTube red?" And I was like, "I don't think I own a red shirt." Yeah,
cool. So we're here at if.com/explore, and I'm going to create an applet or show you how to create an applet using the AI YouTube service. So we'll start here with the create in the top right. And as always, we're going to do a trigger statement first, if this ad. And I always love using the note widget. And we actually talked about note widgets and mobile widgets and all things mobile in our last live stream. So if you get a chance, go check that out on your YouTube channel.
And this is also the thing that Brian was doing in that video earlier. He had this custom note widget applet set up on his phone. So all he had to do was open it up and write his idea down.
And it's perfect too, because like, let's say if you have a YouTube channel, or if you have somewhere that like, even not even YouTube, like if you have any kind of thing that you create content for or do ideas for, and you're on the go, the note widget on your mobile device is great, because it's like, I'm driving my car, I'm on the bus, or I'm, waiting in line to pick my kids up from school, and I have an idea. Let me jot it down real quick, and then I can go back to what I'm doing.
Totally. So, my wife does this all the time. She'll like want to brain dump on me, like all the tasks we need to do as a family. And I'm like, whoa, slow down. I'm not going to remember everything. So I open up my note widget and just write everything down, and it sends it to my task management tool. So
there you go.
Yeah.
Awesome. So any new note is the trigger we're going to use. Okay. So then this is what Tripp was talking about with queries, right? So the next step typically would be to add an action statement. But first, we're going to hit this plus button here in the middle, and we're going to add a query. So hit the plus button here, and we can search, or we can just scroll down to it right here, AI YouTube Assistant. And as Tripp showed you in one of those first slides, there's when you type in a prompt, you can have your prompt to give you YouTube title ideas, give you hashtags, give you an outline, a description, and a script. So I'm just going to show you, we're just going to do the YouTube title just so that you can see how it would look like. So first you get a tone. Say you want a bold tone or a witty tone, maybe a dramatic tone.
What's perfect for YouTube? Dramatic?
I like dramatic, but I think
every
all of these
thumbnail is
are
like,
yeah, that's very true. Yeah.
right?
I think dramatic is always a good one for
Yeah.
YouTube. Maybe if you're doing something for, your company or something like that, maybe more professional, but
That's true.
yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so then the topic, you're going to hit add ingredient, add the note text. So this is the prompt. This is what it's going to take to spit out your titles. Language default says English, but it's pretty intuitive. So if I wanted Spanish, I would just type the word Spanish.
Perfect.
Okay, and create query. Now I'd go to my action. And this is the part that always gets a little tricky, but let's say I want to send myself a Gmail. So I click send yourself an email. And then, so I've got Pro Plus, so I can select from multiple accounts. I'll send this to chocolatecakeandbourbon@gmail.com. And for the subject, I'm going to leave the subject as
that Gmail address was open. So that's awesome.
it was. Yep.
Yeah.
So for the subject, I'm going to leave it as the note text because this is going to be basically what I'm asking IFT AI to take and to do something with. So
Yeah.
I'll leave
you
that
can like
subject
write in
as is.
like AI video script or something if you want to
Yeah.
like search all those.
You could
in
do
your Gmail.
you could do like, AI YouTube or IFT YouTube or whatever. AI YouTube.
Oh, we lost Ben temporarily. I'm sure he'll be able to pop back in.
Folder. Uh-oh. Did we lose everyone?
Wait, we didn't lose everyone. We're back.
Okay, we're back. Awesome.
The internet's a funny
All
place.
right.
If you have
Yeah.
AT&T, I'm sorry. I know that there was some AT&T problems.
Xfinity, dude. Or I get a postcard like every other day from Google Fiber. So maybe one day I'll switch to them. Yeah.
I don't think Google Fiber ever loses you.
All right, so let's get back. So so for the body of the email, this is the tricky part, right? You want to basically pull in the query that you just created. So I erased everything for body on the default. I go to add ingredient, and I hit this little drop down right here in the top right. And then I go to YouTube title. This is the query that we just created. It's going to give us dramatic titles. And then I hit this red button again. And then I hit create action. So anytime I type a note in the note widget and I give it an idea that I have for a YouTube video, it's going to send it to the AI YouTube query. And then it's going to send me an email with some title ideas for that video. Now, let's get out of here real quick. And I just want to show you, go to my applets. So here is basically one that I've used all of the different queries available.
Perfect.
To just show you a little bit what it looks like here.
You have one trigger, which is your note widget. All the queries you can have for around YouTube. Yep.
And then it sends me an email, right?
Oh,
so
perfect. That's great.
Yes. So I tested this out this morning. I say I tested it. I ran it this morning. It was I didn't need to test it, but
before we jump into it real quick, I wanted to highlight a question. Our buddy Daniel Croft says, "Can I summarize a YouTube video or transfer its description to Akiflow to help decide if I should watch it?" Yes, you can. Also, Akiflow, love it. Personal fave over here. Yeah, you would use our /YouTube service. So any new video from channel. And then you can query. We have an AI summarizer that you can use that would be able to like summarize the title, I believe. Am I right?
Yes. Oh yeah, you're asking me. Yeah. No, absolutely.
Yeah. And then transfer it to Akiflow.
You can do this.
But also you can just go straight from YouTube service to Akiflow, and then like you'll see the title and it's like, do I want to watch this? So yeah. Thanks, Daniel. Also, Jeff Cohen, our old friend, says get Google Fiber, Ben. So
much better. Okay. You know, Jeff, I'm a big fan of Google, obviously. The thing with Xfinity's got me. They've got me by the neck because I have my TV and my internet. So until Google comes up with a real easy way for me to switch out on my TV that I love, I'm gonna stick with the Xfinity. Plus, I think when we had that glitch, I think that was Tripp's internet that did that, not mine. So
Whoa, slow down.
maybe I don't know. Maybe it
Sam.
was mine.
I'm in Chattanooga, so we have local fiber. So we were one of the first cities, local Chattanooga, represented with gigabit internet. So whatever. Sam asks, which AI would be best to create hooks, opening lines? This is actually a really good question. I would suggest using the AI prompt service. It's more customizable. And in your prompt, you can say like, create a hook for YouTube with around this topic, and then put like the note widget, the note text section in that topic. Yeah.
I think so. And I'm not super hip to what a hook is, but I imagine it's one of these things where it's like, this secret will give you the fountain of youth or whatever, or try these 3 things and live longer or something like that. Like I think that might be a hook, and you kind of see like evidence of that in what I'm about to show you.
Yeah,
so
totally.
But I don't fault me for not knowing exactly what you mean by a hook. Again, I'm not the YouTube professional. Brian and Sam are. So
for sure.
Yeah. So what you see here is basically I tested this applet out this morning, and the prompt that I gave it was 2 out of shape best friends, Ben and Tripp, trained for their first Ironman race in Puerto Rico. Now it gave me, sent me an email. It gave me title ideas, hashtag, content outline, video description, and a video script. And if you can see, there's a lot of information here. So I changed the sizes so that we could focus on certain things. But just really quick, the title idea gave me 3 titles.
Transforming average to Ironman. Yeah.
That was the title that I liked the best. Transforming average Ironman, Ben and Tripp's epic Puerto Rico race prep.
Yeah.
And then it gave us some hashtags: Ironman training, fitness journey, fitness Ironman, race prep. I could see these being really good because, if hashtags are a way to kind of help people find you and help people search for your video, I could see someone that's like wanting to do an Ironman. They go on YouTube and they type in, train for my first Ironman. Right. Yeah. So I think these are really good.
And they can relate to us because we're not Ironman ready.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah.
If you're out of shape and have a beer belly, you can relate to Tripp and I for sure. So content outline, video description, these are really good as well. But I really kind of wanted to focus on the video script because I think this is so. If I'm just thinking about it, like if Tripp and I did have a YouTube channel where we go on adventures together, right? And this would be maybe one of our adventures. And I imagine like I have these ideas, I put them in my note widget. Tripp's doing the same thing. He's putting them in his note widget. And then we get together once a week and we talk about these videos. And I think the video script itself and the way it sets it up here.
Yeah.
It helps us visualize what this video looks like. So we could say, oh yeah, I could see us, trying to sweat and, trying to run up a hill and, about to fall over and how that would be good content, you can visualize it. So I'll just read this, a couple of these lines. So the intro, exciting music playing. Hey there, everyone. Welcome back to the channel. Today's video is going to be epic as 2 best friends, Ben and Tripp, take the ultimate challenge, their first Ironman race in Puerto Rico. Video montage of Ben and Tripp being out of breath while training. Then it goes to scene 1. Ben and Tripp struggling to run up a hill. Ben says, I can't do this. Tripp says, come on, we got this. And then there's motivational music playing.
Yeah.
Right? Scene 2 goes, Ben and Tripp completing a tough cycling session. Tripp, I can't feel my legs. This is insane. Ben, just go a few more miles. Exciting, upbeat music playing. So I think that this just like really I can vision this video already
Yeah, totally.
and how I
How
want
it
it to
moves through the
be.
different scenes. Mm-hmm.
And I think this is exciting. I think this would be great content.
Yeah,
And
I'd watch it.
if we don't want to do it, we can just scrap it and go on to the next one and the next, 5 or 10 that we've typed in our note widget throughout that week. So,
Yeah.
I think this is a great way to get started. Obviously, you don't, use this for
The final
word for
video.
word or whatever,
Yeah.
but it's just a great way to get
You
started.
can build off of it. Yeah. Well, and
absolutely.
I mean, capturing ideas is, I wouldn't say it's a tough thing, but it's like you need to be able to like store that idea somewhere and then be able to use that later when you're ready to sit down and film or ready to sit down and kind of build out a script. So I think that's kind of where the IFT AI tool is the most efficient, is how you can kind of connect it into your own system. So if you use Trello, Asana, ClickUp, if you use Google Tasks, Todoists, the Note tool, like whatever system that works for you, AccuFlow, shout out to AccuFlow earlier, whatever system that works for you on how you build out your YouTube content or like store all of your YouTube scripts, you can kind of just add the if tool inside of it. We're very tool agnostic,
And we do this at IFs. We will, will Triples come up with video ideas and he'll assign them to myself or other people on the team. And, or we'll have a video that's published and he'll assign those, a social campaign around those videos in ClickUp. So, definitely. Tripp, that's all I think we had before we get to the kind of wrap up slides.
Yeah.
Before we get into that, is there any questions, any fun comments that you got?
Yeah, throw in the questions real quick if you have any on how the tool works. I think it's pretty self-explanatory, but if you have any other ideas, I like that question earlier about which AI would be the best to create hooks. But yeah, right now I think we've answered all the questions I've got on here. Looking up.
Okay.
Yeah. We've got a random comment from Baron IAR. He says an AliExpress courier constantly skips a form field on the delivery label, so I have to pick up the tracking code from an automated alert from one company and forward it to the local delivery partner. Cool.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, thank you, Baron.
Thanks for jumping in. Glad to have you here.
Yeah.
All right, Box Lane Productions is back, doing it in reverse, throwing the transcript in to get a blog summary. That's a pretty good idea. We have the AI summarizer, so if you take your YouTube scripts and throw them in a Google Doc, it can summarize it and put it into a blog summary. So that's actually a pretty good idea. Yeah.
Yeah, I think I'll kind of point out real quick that, we've got, and just hopefully you can see this, I can maybe make it a little bit bigger, but there's 5 AI tools, including the YouTube assistant, right? So you've got the AI summarizer, which is good for summarizing a bunch of content. I think someone kind of mentioned something earlier about taking a description
feeds,
and then putting it to AccuFlow to see whether I want to watch it or not. That would be really good for that. AI prompt. This is basically just bare bones. Ask me a question. ChatGPT answers it. Right. This is a put in a prompt, get an answer. Right. The AI content creator is kind of it's more for creating stuff for social media. Or no, excuse me. The AI social creator is more for creating stuff for social media. And then the AI content creator is really good for people that are writing blogs, or if you're a college student and you're writing an essay, you can put your ideas and kind of come up with an outline for a blog, titles for a blog. It does the AI content creator is like the AI YouTube assistant, but for blogging, right?
Totally.
And writing long pieces of content. Yeah.
And the social creators for social media. So we're kind of designing these AI tools to work for whichever content you're trying to produce, and just to add it natively inside of the tools that you use. So if you use Trello, Asana, ClickUp, any project management tool, you can just add AI functionality into them. So, I don't think we have any other questions, and someone's going to win a year free of Pro Plus. So we actually, I mean, most of the chat today has been previous winners or like longtime friends of the pod. So if you are still watching, throw in me if you're not a Pro Plus user right now, and I'll pick from one of you guys.
Yeah, and you know, if it's someone that's a repeat, we can give them another year credit. So
yeah. Same proof goes, which AI would be best for creating cat puns? The social creator. Honestly, I think you can do some puns with that. That'd be awesome. I know you're kind of already using it. Andres Acosta, you're the. Ooh, we got Tozo. Actually, I would say Tozo, you win today. You've been watching since the start. Though you weren't super chatty, you've been here the whole time.
That's okay. We appreciate you, Tozo.
We appreciate you. Thanks for hanging out with us this whole time. You win today. So,
well, Tozo,
what you need to do?
What I want you to do?
Yeah.
Go ahead. Go ahead, Tripp.
Oh yeah, just email us at marketing@IFT with your your free IFT account, or if you don't have an IFT account, just create one, and then we can upgrade you to Pro Plus for the next year.
Awesome. Well, that's it for us today.
We might have one more. There's a guy named Andres. I said his name earlier. He's on LinkedIn. I'll give you a Pro Plus as well. So email us at marketing@IFT, and we'll help you.
We'll give away 2 this week.
Yep.
Awesome.
I felt bad. I said Andres' name earlier, but thanks for joining on LinkedIn. We're trying to grow that channel too, guys.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, send Tozo and Andres, send us an email at marketingift.com and make sure that you have a free IFT account already so that we can upgrade you or add you a credit. However we need to set you up, we'll get you taken care of.
Cool. Well, thanks for joining again. Be here this time next week. We don't have anything planned, but if you have any ideas of what you want us to cover, send us an email at marketing@IFT. We'd love to cover it. Yeah. Till next time, guys.
Yep. Thanks, guys.